We saw the two draws, and the second round we see here, I think this pretty famous line. Carlsen actually played it already, I think, against Firuzan. Yeah, this was in Carlsen versus Firuzan. So let's see what is this discussion. G4. Yeah, this is a kind of weird position. I think structurally black looks very, very cool. We have Legraf still playing Slav defense versus Firuzan. So that's pretty interesting stuff here. Let's go also to Lee Chess here. We see that there is this Magnus Invitational. Let's look at the games. So it's Carlsen versus Geary, right? And it's also Firuzai versus Negraf. Alright, so let's see if we can do this separate window. Probably not. So let's see Carlsen versus Geary. This is more fun. Yeah, this is definitely more fun. Rook b5. Good morning, guys. So we see people joining. Good morning for you, and it's so they Lee Chess actually started doing this Chess 24 live translation here, so you can see some faces here, I think, right? Okay, that's interesting. So what else is going on here? So let's go back to Chess Bomb. It's more neutral in a way. Yeah, it's very strange rook b5. It's a very strange move, to be honest, because you just fall for that c6 idea. That rook on b5 is not doing anything. I have no idea why he played rook b5, to be honest. c4 makes perfect sense to me, right? c4, you know, get rid of this d5 pawn so you can move your knight and then return the bishop. Yeah, I looked at some first round games, but you know, they were pretty boring stuff. So yeah, and also, well, okay, Firuzah had some interesting game, but it also, you know, basically just Queen's Indian, right? Exchanges. The most interesting thing was here, right? I think at this point White had some chances maybe, but to be honest, you know, probably not. Yeah, so he just gave up his two pawns here, and to get into this endgame, which is draw. So it doesn't look like much. So in the second game we have Slav defense actually, and White is planning just to play on the queen side in the center, get the pair of bishops, and play something like this for small advantage. Maybe that's an interesting approach. So we'll see what Maxim comes up here. Hi Gata, hi guys. Hi Gata. Okay, hi Radegast. Yeah, hi Ardan. So yeah, this is more interesting. I don't know. I like black position here because this bishop on e3, bishop on f1 are kind of stuck way back. But of course, Carlsen has way more time, and we saw how the Bullet Championship went yesterday, right? Carlsen actually was clear first, and Geary was not in the top 5, I believe. Yeah, it was a very interesting tournament. Grishuk also played. I didn't realize that. Yeah, some interesting people play. So you know, Magnus is banking his hopes that he's gonna swindle Geary in the time scramble. So that is just my professional opinion. And a6 is traditionally played. Your games, and who was your inspiration for Slav a6 or Queen b6 and Slav defense? You're on 2012 for my games. Good morning, just for fun. Good morning, Giga Gajt. Yeah, good evening. Well, it's not evening yet. It's 6 p.m. Just the evening is just starting. Hi, Alk. So again, Maxim versus Firuzai seems to be very positional. Solid games. And Carlsen versus Geary, it seems like Carlsen is making a lot of provocative moves. You know, they have this history, you know, right? Going back to Twitter and stuff. So the idea is if black takes on f5 with the knight, then there is bishop g5 thing, of course. So the computer now goes completely berserk. He goes g3. I think is a pretty interesting move. And if bishop takes on f5, I'm just wondering what's going on, why the Bishop on f5 is not considered to be among the top moves. Is it because white is going to grab this pawn on b7? It's kind of hard to... Ooh, h5. What about knight f3 then? Knight e5 for white? Yeah. Hi guys. So knight f3, knight e5. Yeah, that looks interesting, actually. I kind of like that idea, knight f3, e5. But you're going to waste a lot of time though, right? And then you still have to do something about the bishop on f1. Yeah, this h5 looks very positional, but I don't know. This is all about tactics here. I'm not sure how far these people analyze this position so far. So let's go to Magnus International Lead Chess, right? So let's go here. So let's just quickly take around why this bishop f5 was not so great, because bishop h6 with the tempo. And then if rook goes somewhere, then it's just e4. Okay, so white managed to get everything, and he gets everything under control, right? And if you play something like c6, then I was thinking more about c6, you know, getting this rook away. So white can get this pawn, but, you know, black just has an easy game here. Sort of an easy game, because I think, you know, he sacrificed, what, 2 pawns here, but has superior development. Far superior development. Maybe e3, right? e3. Yeah, maybe 2 pawns is a little bit too much. So white defends and he is better, yeah. So we see h5 move that's been played in the game. So let's quickly take about it. So you suggested knight f3. But knight f3, you know, queen e8 looks interesting. I like c6. Rook has to go back somewhere. Maybe rook b3, right? Then just knight f5. Attacking the bishop. We cannot allow this bishop to be exchanged or taken. So bishop g5, queen e8. And then knight is hanging. So probably knight e5, right? And what is this position? So black recaptures all his sacrificed pawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, black now has an extra pawn, but his pieces look kind of bad. I mean, this is probably a good position to play in a bullet, right? I mean, now that I've played bullets, you know, I can understand what kind of positions are actually playable there and which are very difficult to play. So maybe it's playable, but, you know, simple knight d6 even, and then bishop f5. This looks pretty good advantage for black. So knight f3 is not going to be played. So let's see. So I'm thinking maybe bishop g5, but then of course you have queen e8 probably. And bishop e7. What is this? What is this position, right? I think this is, yeah, black is not going to play this, so probably c6. But then the rook moves to b3. And now, maybe now queen e8. Yeah, but then this pawn is still alive, so you can't allow the pawn to leave. So rook f5. Probably e4, because you really need to do something. If white pieces come out like this, then he's better. But if they don't, then black is better. Very sharp position, to be honest. Very sharp position. I kind of like that Giri goes for this stuff. You know, he is proving very tactically resourceful kid, right? I mean, he's still a kid. So I don't know. So let's see what happens here. What happens in the board. Oh, so this is exactly what happens, and e4, and now black has to sacrifice the exchange. What's going on here? White is slightly better now. I really don't like these positions with black, because after that bishop is gone, white is waiting for black to castle, and then he's going to grab this bishop, because if you could take it immediately, then sort of this h file comes into play. Probably not the biggest deal, but still, that rook, you know, it might be annoying. So a4 is kind of interesting, right? So we're looking at this positional play. White is going to get a pair of bishops, probably queen b6 here, at the same time preventing e4, and queen sort of getting away from this pin, right? And so queen b6, castles, white will just probably grab this bishop, play rook d1, get this bishop to f2, followed by e4, you know, gotta play slowly here. Not rushing, and eventually those pair of bishops will be actually very unpleasant to deal with. So let's go and see. So actually exchange was sacrificed, and now we'll have to see knight g6 for sure. And what do we have here? Okay, let's go back here. So this has been played. No, not this, right? Bishop g5, c6, rook b2, and then we have rook f5, e4, take, knight g6. So black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So white has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a clear exchange. However, you know, this dark squared bishop is pretty strong. Yeah, it's pretty strong bishop. I'm not sure actually how to play this for white, because white king is definitely not safe, and black is just plays or goes by itself. This knight goes to f4, queen takes on g5, and then, you know, if black gets that rook into the f file, it's going to be really bad for white. So maybe queen b3, right, and something like c4, sort of try to force the issue to open the center so that black king will not feel safe. So that's maybe the best way for white to play this. And we see that the computer plays queen g5 because bishop e6 is a human move, but then of course I didn't see this one. And just rook goes to b7. Yeah, and here definitely white is better, because that pawn on b7 is like really important. You don't want to give it up. So queen g5 is probably the case. And we see the computer running with his king to d1, because if he play queen e3 in the same way, then it's just b6. And stuff like knight f3 here, maybe. It's actually very sharp. You guys see how sharp it is? The first line, black is okay, but the second line, if he messes things up, then he's worse, right? So, so this is like really play for 3 results, right? So let's see what happened in the game. And in the game, we see knight f1 followed by queen g5 and f3. And Magnus is blundering queen c1 check. Oh my god, he is blundering it. He is really playing on time. You guys see it, right? f3, 93 queen c1. That's the result of playing too many bullets. Okay, that's definitely too many bullets right there. Bishop, what, d3, knight f4, knight f1, queen g5, and yeah, this is pretty incredible that e5, oh, e5, bishop d3 first. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. So this was like e5, bishop d3, knight f4. Yeah, and this is pretty incredible to me that the world champion would just blunder stuff like this. Yeah, yeah, you guys see it, right? Take, queen c1 check, and that's basically game over. Basically game over. The only thing I can see is probably take here and play knight d2, and then of course bishop f5. Yeah, this is a disaster. So Giri can actually win this game. Oh, this has been played. Oh my god, but Giri is down to seconds. Oh, come on, you really flag, you really play on time in this, in your super tournament, and you're trying to flag poor opponent. This is definitely not the world champion-like behavior, to be honest. I mean, this is like, you know, you have 4 minutes, you're gonna flag your opponent. Come on. Yeah, okay. Magnus International, he can do whatever he wants, right? Yeah, but that's not the kind of quality game we expect at this top level invitational event, right? He wasn't the bullet tournament we played yesterday. Yes, I saw it. Yes, I saw the, you know, the lichess, they put the lecture, put the description of the event already online, so I read that. So knight d2, bishop f5, yeah. And it's all the matter if Giri can survive this time scramble, which he probably should, because he's got even more pawns than the world champion, right? He just queen h6, h4 check, bishop e7, and rook f8 just wins probably, right? Yeah, so this is the reason why playing bullet is really not that good for you. Okay, because you sort of even if you're a world champion, you start blundering stuff. Yeah. That's definitely not the quality we expect. So we see this actually bishop e1 to f2 transfer. The reason why this bishop is so good, because he opens the d file for the rook, he protects the knight on h4, he protected this pawn on d4, and white is ready to play e4 basically. And take on g6, play e4, get the pair of bishops. I suspect probably just take and play knight b1 with the idea of knight d2. I mean, knight a4 is a computer move, is sometimes played to prevent that c5, but I don't know. I'll probably take this bishop first. Although sometimes white keeps this bishop here. and knight on h4 just to play e4 and close this bishop. But let's go back to Carlsen game, and we see Magnus really trying to swindle Giri at the last second. So what is the point? If you take on t4, yeah, if you take on t4, then what happens? Queen e6 check, okay, and then king h5, king g6, the king walks or something. Like, come on, that's like bloody. This is like bullet game. Come on, this is really like bullet game. So knight e4 is interesting. We saw Magnus actually play knight e4 yesterday in a similar structure. Remember, guys? And he doubled the pawns, and then he beat somebody in that extra exchange endgame. So knight b1, c5, the computer likes this position for black, yeah? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the reason to play knight a4, after all. The idea is that after queen a5, rook a1, c5, then you probably play just e4, and the knight controls the c5 square. Because if you play knight b1, c5, you really don't want to end up in the isolated pawn position. But if you take, then it's knight c5, and then the queen has to go to c4, takes away the square from d2 from the knight. Actually, maybe even bishop takes c5, right? Maybe even bishop takes just to prevent that e4 exchange the pair of bishops. So what happened in this game? Finally, Magnus resigns. Right? Okay, this is bullet game. This is not the invitational game. I'm sorry, guys. Magnus is just playing bullet chess. Yeah. All right. So this was not a serious game. I mean, okay. I think I said enough, right? You don't play like this in the invitational tournament with the top players. And this is a rapid game, right? Okay. So hopefully he recovers, and let's go back to this game. Let's go back here. Magnus Invitational. We're gonna play what? Firouzja. All right. So 94 has been played, so let's again quickly check here. What does the computer say about knight a4? I really was thinking queen a5, and then, because this knight cannot move, right? Queen takes a1. So I was wondering about the c5. c5 take, knight c5, and queen a1. Oh, but you have knight e6, right? Does it change things? Not sure, right? Because you have this, but then knight g5, queen a2. Black is better, right? So this was the line that I was expecting, because I think that yeah, this is the reason why I didn't play this, because after rook c1, yeah, black is doing fine, right? Black is doing absolutely fine. So the computer says bishop e1, take. King f2. Okay, so maybe, yeah, so maybe white is better after all here. First, Giri. Now Magnus has to win a game. He's very good under that kind of pressure. Yes, I understand, but the way he lost the game, it was like, my god, it was not Magnus. I mean, 2000 player can lose like this. It was definitely not Magnus. So queen c5 here, and then white is just better here after e4. Pair of bishops, maybe not winning, but yeah, I think it was pretty close to a draw. All right, so that's why we see this 94 move. Then what happens? c5 actually makes sense, because if you exchange the pawns and then play c5, then you're stuck with this structure which is superior for white. And if you play e5, then this, this bishop on c4, eyeing this pawn on f7, this just doesn't look so good. So I agree, black has to play c5, which he did, and taking on c5 was probably inaccurate, but then what can you do? Yeah, because if you play rook d1, black can take this. No, I don't think he's gonna take this. Probably take on d4. Then of course pawn takes, the threat is d5, so knight d5 makes sense. And the second knight is going to f6, so black gets this blockading knight. Actually not here yet, because you have this and d5, right? Alright, so this is very complicated actually. It's not so easy to play this. Rook a5, I like this, you know, blocking this d5 square. But yeah, white should be better here because, you know, also because of the double pawns on the g6 and this very strong square on c4. So potentially white wants to play something like queen d3, then go g3, even h4, and then h5 possibility. Because you have a lot of squares for your pieces, right? These are very important squares. And this pawn on b4 is kind of not that great, right? So, yeah, but he took on c5, and after this, you know, this bishop on f2 doesn't look so hot. I expect rook c2, and of course you have also knight d5, right? Ah, nice trick, e4, blundering tactics, simple tactics, blundering stuff. So how is black gonna play then? Rook c1 is coming. The computer suggests rook a5. And if rook c1, then knight d5, because you don't have this trick anymore. Black is better. So it's one wrong move, and suddenly it's not so clear anymore. Probably bishop c4. Yeah, but black looks okay. Yeah, because with bishop on f2, if black can hold this bishop on c5, then he's okay. So let's see what happened in the game. g3 has been played, and they're both down to 8 and 7 minutes. I think black is completely fine. White is trying to play king g2 here, followed by maybe by bishop g1. And sort of, I know, it looks kind of ridiculous, but I think that's what they're gonna do. So, let's see. Yeah. Yeah, after all that bullet playing yesterday and commentating, yeah, I'm still a little bit low on energy, so I'm taking it slowly. Missed the first game today, but we saw 2 draws, so didn't miss much. Not much excitement there. This is not really exciting for white, I would say. Thank you for subscribing. So this looks like another draw, but it's going to be a little bit of a cat and mouse play because, yeah, if black can exchange the dark squared bishop, then it's just draw. If white can keep his bishop somehow, get e4 in, then he will be playing for a win. So this bishop is absolute key to this position. This bishop is an absolute key. So what happened? They're still thinking. So let's see their faces. Let's see this thing. So we see Firuza, he's not happy with his position. Maxim is, I think he has a great poker face. Yeah, I will not be surprised if Maxim actually played some poker in his past. So, but he's thinking. Because this queen on b3 is really powerful, right? It does a lot of things. It protects the pawn. It covers the a2 square. It sort of indirectly hits the pawn on b4. But most importantly, it just, you know, just controls a lot of squares here. Okay. Woo, 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 woo. So we see. So Carlsen actually finds himself in this unusual situation where he is -1. What were the other matches where he was -1 previously? So let's find out. Were there any other matches in this tournament? All right, Magnus, draw, right? Versus Fabi. Nope, he was winning. Versus Firuza. He was, okay, versus Firuza he won the first game and then he was still +1. And versus Hikaru it was also Slaughterfest, but he won the first game. So we actually find second backup solid Slav. Yeah, he's practicing Slav, I guess. So we haven't seen Magnus in this situation before, where he actually is losing the match in the score, the overall score. He's losing the overall score, right? We haven't seen this situation before. Oh, rook c8. Oh, black just decides to give up this. You see, he decides to give up this bishop on c5, and after e4, You see how huge the valuation jump is? It's like huge, right? It was was equal here, right? It is very equal here after g3. So rook d8 and then rook a5. Just keep that rook on a5 and rook on d8. But after rook c8 and knight d5, I was thinking about knight d5 here. I was pretty sure that knight d5 was okay because I didn't see rook c7 though, to be honest. But yeah, rook a c8, and then we have a very funny situation where nobody can take on a3 really, right? But then white cannot improve either because e4 then just takes on f2. Rook c5, e4 maybe. So let's see. For example, if black makes, can white do this? E4. Then we have the queen sack, right? We have this queen sack, and of course black has pair of rooks. He is doing absolutely fine. In fact, black is better here. So that's what he should have done, because the way he played it, he went bishop f8. That's kind of a chicken move a little bit. I'm just gonna call things the way I see them. So I see this bishop f8 as a somewhat chicken move, and queen b7, so e4, and this is an extremely unpleasant position for black to play. White has sort of pair of bishops, very strong pair of bishops. All he has to do is probably trade the queens. Magnus loses to Inch to show that he was right invitation instead of Sasha or Duda. I don't know. We have a lot of things there. It's very strange actually for me because remember how these guys were like biggest Twitter, how do you call these guys? The friends enemies, right? Frenemies. That's the word. And now he is actually losing the game to Anish. I don't know what's going on. Conspiracy theories arise, yeah? Okay. So take, f4 looks good. Knight d7. Queen c4 has to be played. You gotta move this queen from b3 at some point. Start to take over some files. So queen c4, I like. Bishop c5 will not be played. I'm pretty sure this move will not be played. I'm pretty sure something like queen a8 or something will be played. And the idea is like a bishop f3, then you have maybe e5, yeah? Maybe. Although I really doubt it. So let's see what happened. Okay, so he found bishop c5. Oh. All right, this is why he is in the candidates. This guy knows his computer moves. Then of course the thing is, what are you gonna do after this? Yeah, if you take with a knight, then queen b4, pawn down. So you gotta play this. And of course the biggest thing here, if white can bring his king right, and then to this pawn, right, to hit this pawn, then see it's +1 now, right? I don't know what is black gonna do. Can he play f6? Can he play f6? Then you have bishop c4, e5 with the threat. You have to play e5 now. This definitely looks better for white. Knight a4, knight b6. Yeah, this definitely looks better for white, so I don't know. So let's see what happens. Bishop c5, take. Was it played or was it just my line? Let's see. Gary Carlson. What am I missing? Fear's autograph, right? Oh, they're not playing it. Alright, so let's see. So f4. Oh, bishop e5 has been played, right? He had to play queen c4, guys. He had to play queen c4. He had to bring that queen. Queen to c4, queen to play. You gotta activate your queen because black is now fine now. He's absolutely fine. That knight, he's getting to this e3 square, then you get sort of exchanges going, right? So I really don't like this. So c5, knight c5. So let's see what happened in their game. So no queen c5, we see bishop b5, right? And then we see this. And I'm pretty sure he wanted to play bishop g1 here. And then he missed this queen c1, of course. That's what he missed. Queen really gets to the gray square, and bishop f3, then already queen d2 check. See how powerful black queen is, and white's queen on b3, which used to be good. is now no longer. It's like passive. It's like a very passive observer. So queen c2 probably has to be played here, and then we have 93 check. Black can be better. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Slav is kind of passive, but it is very solid, right? So queen c4 was much better. So because you just gave black a whole tempo playing this bishop b5, bishop d3, knight g4, actually several tempos, yeah. So yeah, so white should probably just play queen c4 here instead of bishop g1, and just basically offer a draw, because there is no way you can win this with white. If you play if you play bishop g1, queen c1 is like black only better. So you have to play queen c4 here and go for a draw, because you're not gonna get anything better than that. What are we looking here at? Maxim. Okay, so queen c4, correct. Very, very pragmatic choice, and it's gonna be a draw, because I don't think black can actually refuse the exchange. Well, Dutch defense is complicated. Alright, so this is a draw, guys. They should just agree in a draw. There's no point in playing it. We all know it's a draw, so you don't have to pretend. So Gary Carlson waiting for this third round game now. Alright. Repetition maybe, yeah? Back and forth, okay, exchanges. Alright, draw, fine. Alright, so let's go to the third round. So far Firuzai versus Maxim is actually a very even match. I kind of like that, Firuzai, he is holding his own against the world candidates already in the Bliss and Rapids, right? That's pretty good sign for him, though. He's getting a lot of confidence, this guy. I see. So they have to make 40 moves? Was it 40 moves? Yeah, it was 40 moves. You're right. Okay. So in the rules it says 40 moves before you offer a draw, yeah? Fine. Alright, so you also played Dutch defense. How you judge your experience? Dutch defense is a great opening. But what Lenderman did against me, I hadn't looked at that yet. We played last year the Grand Swiss, and he really prepared this line for me. I was playing natural moves, and then I blundered, right? And after that blunder, I was worse, and I lost the game. I think that was Alex, probably the best game in the tournament, because he then lost like 2 games, and I proceeded to win a game or so. So then we ended up like switching places. You just got to the grocery store and come back and Magnus lost. Yes. Magnus played like, I'm not gonna call him a passer, right? That's disrespectful. So, but Magnus really played like it was a bullet game, and he didn't take Giri seriously. So he really didn't take him seriously. And after yesterday's marathon playing bullet, it's very hard to switch to a normal game experience. So probably it was not a good idea for them to play bullet yesterday, although they all played, right? Maxim, he took 2nd place. He's playing in this tournament right now. Magnus, he took 1st place in the bullet tournament. He's also playing in this tournament, right? And Aguirre, all 3 players today, they all play. Wow. It's amazing, yeah. It says something about it, right? These guys are playing huge money invitational online tournament, and then they go to play Bullet Chess Arena in Lee Chess for $1,000 for 3 prizes, right? Yeah. You see that speaks volumes, right? These guys just love chess, and they just want to fight it out, and yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but you play 2 hours of bullet, and then you see what happens today, right? You see, we see a lot of bullet games today here. Instead of rapids, we see bullet stuff. People, rushing, making fast moves, to getting that habit. When you should be thinking and, switching your thinking. I'm not a Russian citizen, so I don't play in the Russian championship. I just live here because my wife is Russian. Magnus always gives the money he wins back to Lichess. Really? That's nice of him. Good job, Magnus. All right. Okay. So where is the game? Where are the games? So while we're waiting, right? While we are waiting, so they have all the 8 games, right? So they did the preview. So we're gonna keep. All right. So challenge me to some game or something. I'm gonna play, you guys. I mean, I don't know, because the games haven't started yet. And we're gonna probably look at the Magnus game, right? Because he's got to win. He's got only 2 games left. Does the organizer allow players to take 10 minutes break every game? Yeah, he does. Oh, no bullets. No bullets today. Please, no bullets. Alright, let's play just 1 bullet and then no bullets. I had enough bullets yesterday. That was enough. Very tired. And since you guys are on my channel, then you know who the mysterious Konevlad is, right? Then you know who that is. Because I mentioned this person in my channel, right? Unlike all those other kids, you know who this guy is precisely. Konevlad? What do you mean you don't know? I think I mentioned it in the chat. I mentioned in the chat who this guy is, so he will be among those who must not be named. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, that's Artemiev, my friends. Artemiev. I told him about this tournament on Lichess, and he wrote to me that he might play it, and then he decided to join after all, and he won the 3rd place. Very happy for him. So we have the standard gun, right? So again, this information only for my channel viewers. So now I hope you feel special. I'm not sure he's gonna be happy to know that I divulge his information, but I don't think he'll mind. He's a cool guy. Yeah, that's why Rook f3 was interesting, right? Oh, I forgot this is bullet. Playing like blitz. I'm playing this game like it is blitz. Alright, I'll offer you a draw. Alright, because draw? No draw? Alright, that's fine. Alright, have the game started yet? Alright, the game have started, so let's go back to the tournament. Let's go back to the tournaments. Alright. So we see the 3rd round. And, alright, let's make another Lichess, right? And let's make this the Firuza game. So we'll have to switch between these 2 games, right? So Magnus actually going for the Grunfeld against Giri. That's actually kind of dubious choice, because Giri is the best theoretician there is, and Giri just played a match against Ding, right? He just played a match against Ding and Grunfeld, and they played this exact line. So I don't know what Magnus is doing. I think he's trolling. Yeah. Well, you know, we were playing on the same Kazan team and Russian team championships since 2013. We play together on the same team, and of course, when you're playing team competition, right? You exchange, you analyze the games, you look over stuff together, and the kid grew really fast. So this is the very ancient Kasparov versus Karpov line. This is pretty famous, badass line. In the end, I think a lot of computers also play this line later, much later. I think they discussed it in the computer championships. And in the end, it said that white's extra pawn here in the center because black has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. White has an extra pawn, but black has pretty cool squares for his pieces, right? But these pawns on d4, e5, they're sort of untouchable. There is no break, right? There's no more f6. And so it's a question whether this knight on c4, potentially that bishop goes to h6, rook f8, queen on d5. You know, black has nice squares for his pieces. Well, that is sufficient as a compensation. Yeah, exactly. They played this game, right? They played this line. Whoa, knight g1. This is Anish Giri's prep, right? I think that's the reason why black plays rook f8 check first. So he doesn't allow this knight g1 f3 because after this knight gets to f3, then white is just going to be better because he manages to put his knight here, right? The queen goes to f2 and bishop goes to here. And then simply rook e1 and just black is worse, I think, yeah. I think black is worse now. I mean, bishop f2 has to be played. Maybe bishop h6. Okay, but I don't know this theory. I haven't looked at this. I don't play this with black. I don't play this line with black. So I think Magnus just playing this line with black because, you know, he sort of wants to give a shout out to Gary maybe or something. Yeah, and Grishuk played it, and that was pretty badass. I think Grishuk was also streaming. I'm not sure if he was. But somebody was streaming. I think I read that he was streaming, right? His nickname was Sasha there, right? So let's see. So Magnus paying tribute to the great champion of the past, Garry Kasparov, by playing his line against this bishop c4 e2 in Grunfeld. Cool. That's cool stuff. All right, let me grab the last of my portion of the Siberian nuts. Любимая, как будут кедровые орешки на английском? Alright, I have no idea. I'm asking my wife what's it called in English. So we'll figure it out. If somebody knows what the кедровые орешки is in English, feel free to let me know. So, I don't know, this looks pretty good for white, yeah. Extra pawn. So I expect something like b5 maybe. I think b5, knight f3, right? And then sort of like pawn storm, like b4, going for it. And of course this famous bishop g5 move, maybe e6. And then, oh, there's this nice computer line with h5, yeah? Because black has these two pawns far advanced, but it seems that this kingside expansion is probably more important. Oh, pine nut. Okay, so maybe. All right, so let's see what is this position. Let's take a look at it. Rook c1, and of course black probably cannot allow the knight, this rook, to get to c7. And of course white has this bishop f6. So king a3. So let's check this line out. Rook c7, knight b5 maybe? No, rook c7, b3. What is this rook c7, b3, take, then probably bishop f6, right? Bishop f6. This looks pretty dangerous for Magnus. Кедровые орешки на английском pine nut, да?
Yes.
Pine nuts? Alright, you guys are right. This is pine nuts, yeah. Yeah. Pine nuts! That's what we call them.
From Siberia.
From Siberia. There you got it. There you go. So let's see what was actually happening in the game here. I was looking at the CD4, right? What happened in reality? Oh, this was actually what happened in reality, right? Okay, so black has to do this, otherwise he's just worse, right? So we were looking at this line, and of course I just want to go a little bit here, back to this line, and probably rook c8, then just queen d3, very nice move. Attacking this pawn on g6, and if king h7 and knight h4, right? So black is just basically worse here. So we see Magnus again, not caring about his pawns, basically going for sacrificing stuff around, going for this attack. But there is really no attack, and white is just, crashing through, because you see this d4, e5 pawns, the way they block black's bishop. That was always a problem for Grunfeld for black, because this pawn formation really destroys this bishop on g7 ability to do anything. So let's see what happens here. So, okay, bishop g5, so far so good, right? Alright, a5, bishop g5. So far we're basically going along with what we see. I don't know. I think white is just much better now. Yeah, this knight on the 3, look how incredible this knight is. Better than on e2, much better, right? Knight on the 3, he blocks the f file, he protects the pawns, and he allows this h4, h5, knight h4 trick sometime. So black is definitely worse. I don't think this was a smart choice to play Grunfeld against Giri, as I mentioned, because again, Giri is a very good theoretic. He's very well theoretically prepared. I mean, he knows all those classic games. He knows how to play correctly. So what happened here? Bishop g5. What is going on? What am I missing? I'm missing this game. All right. So we see another Nimzo. I play this system with black, actually. I kind of like this, but I don't play d5 though. I play b6, but d5 maybe is better. Yeah, you see b6 here. The elite chess thing says that b6 is most popular, but d5 is also played. Yeah, I don't know. Well, those games were played like many decades ago, right? What, almost 4 decades? I mean, since then the ancients are way improved. So d5, we go into the structure where white will probably have to accept and trade on d5. But he played bishop g5 first. He wants to improve his pieces. Makes sense. Play e3. Alright, so maybe he doesn't want to play this isolated pawn position. Maybe he really wants to play just e3 and go for that sort of symmetrical structure thing, right? So d4 is usually not played. And we see here that the Andrei Sokolov actually played the game here, where the game went castles. And let's hook up the computer, of course. And yeah, it does look pretty dangerous from black, right? Knight c6, e3, e5. Yeah, there are a lot of games. I think Nakamura actually plays some of the stuff with white. It's sort of like, remember that Queen's Gambit declined, but with bishop on f4, that crazy line was queen a5 or something. And he plays this really weird line for white, which goes something like this. I'm not sure. I'm not the biggest specialist in this line. So bishop g5. Let's see what happened. Oh, rook f8 has been played. Rook d1. That was actually a trap, right? King g1, rook takes f3, queen d4. That's a very important trap. So rook d1 is a good move. And still have to defend this pawn on e7. So bishop g5, bishop e7. And we are sort of back in the Queen's Gambit declined, right? This really looks like a Queen's Gambit here. So now let's go back to Giri versus Carlsen game. Why did I... What is this? I didn't press this. This game is this one, right? And this, we're looking for Giri versus Carlsen, right? Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Right, so you just, for you guys just to realize, you don't play this king g1 because of this rook f3, right? And queen t4, queen a1. Just the small tactics here. So rook d1 was correct. I'm wondering about this h6. What is this h6? And if you take, then... Oh, rook f4. Aha. Спасибо, солнышко моё. My wife, my greatest supporter, just brought me some extra food to keep my energy level up. And yeah, so king g1, and then the idea is to play rook e4. See how black improves his rook without touching his knight, but he had to sacrifice 2 pawns for it. So this looks pretty badass to me, yeah? This looks pretty badass. Yeah, thank you guys. So this pawn sack, yeah, so white will have to play bishop c1 then. And then, of course, after rook c8, you don't have this rook c1 anymore. And but you do have this h4, h5 stuff. So this is actually really double-edged now. What about queen d3 here? Looks normal, but then rook c6, and if h5, then just 95. Okay, I'm blundering tactics, right? Yeah, so rook f8 was good, yeah? And this h6, very impressive, very impressive. If Magnus is gonna find it, he's lower in time. I'm pretty sure he doesn't remember this line, how to play this. Thank God for my great wife, yeah, thank God. Alright, and we see this queen a5 stuff. Wow. So I got a piece of banana. And white was forced to play rook d1. So some water, just water. So what happens if in this position, so bishop e7, computer, why did you disappear? Rook d1, queen a5 is the first line, so we expect this move, because 95 then just rook d5, right? So we're expecting this move. I think black probably misplayed a little bit this position, but after bishop g4 somehow he looks okay, yeah? So what, there's this trick with d4 and queen g5. Ooh. Okay, so there's this idea. Tricky. And if you don't take on d5, then you play a3. But then it's just your standards, run-of-the-mill, you know, 95, this is equal. Alright, so, okay, white can play this, and he will be slightly better, but probably not much, yeah? After 95, very strong move. Bishop is hanging, bishop h4, then b6, and bishop just in, the black is just in time to put this bishop before white plays bishop e2, f3 himself, right? So maybe that's why the computer likes bishop f4, and if queen c5, then bishop e2. So this bishop is planning to go here, and if bishop d7, still looks very drawish to me. So the you know, queen's gambits are notoriously difficult to play well. So what happened in the game? So oh, we saw e3 h6. Okay, so we saw this h6 take cd5, right? So wow, black has to take this pawn. Rook cannot take because of bishop c3, right? And then b4. All right, b4. Because if you take it, then knight d5, attacking this bishop. And black has to play something like this, yeah. This structure is actually not clear because, you know, this is not developed. Probably black should be okay. I think a5, yeah. Immediately start to push this pawn, right? Run it down. Looks like a good IQP. Yeah, it looks pretty not bad. It doesn't look so bad. So this is actually interesting stuff, yeah. cd5. So he's thinking. What about Giri Carlson? Oh, Magnus played e6, right? He played e6. All right, not an optimal choice. h6, very strong move. You guys, you know, you sacrificed one pawn, but you get this access to the rook f4, rook e4, right? Rook e3 or knight e3, and so h6 was extremely strong. e6, second-rate move, because now white just plays what? Oh, he just played h4. Wait, it's white to move, right? h4, first line by Anish. He knows his stuff, right? h5, this pawn is just going. Or this pawn going here, taking on g6. And if black plays h6 now, then how is it different? The difference is that the pawn on e7 was somehow better. It is much more difficult to protect this pawn. You don't have this rook c6, right? You don't have the 6th rank protection. So things are looking different here. So it's like b4, and then you have queen d3. And there's already a big problem. Because king h7, h5, right, just wins the house. So that's the huge problem. So what happened? The Giri Magnus, a4. Looks pretty good, right? And then just king g1. King G1 looks pretty good to me. And H5 is coming. B4, H5, B3. Just grab. It is very tempting actually to play H6 because after bishop H8, look at this bishop. It's like totally locked up in the corner, right? He's like a kid, which you like go to the corner, kid. You're punished. So this is pretty interesting. Maybe black will not play b3 here, although it's the strongest move by far, right? I'm thinking maybe rook b8, but then we get the very familiar rook c1 thing, right? So I don't know. So b3 looks pretty good because if you take this pawn and play queen d3, then it's knight b2, of course. So it's not so simple. I like computer's knight h4, knight goes to g6, e7. And after b2, we are looking a lot of complications with queen d4. So, which is why computer plays this move, rook b8, knight g6. The threat is knight e7. And extremely complicated position, guys, yeah? Extremely complicated. And they don't have much time. These guys don't have much time. But white has to play h5. He absolutely has to play h5. King g1 first, of course. And we are looking at some very sharp tactics coming up. b4, very logical, and now h5, yeah? h5. I missed this move. Wow, I missed this. Yeah, white is winning now. White is winning. Wait. Yeah, bishop e7 now wins, yeah? That's incredible. Bishop e7 just wins for white. Because if you play rook f4 here, then you still... There is no time for rook e4. No time. And the knight is being kicked. It also has to protect against rook c8. And then... we can probably just take this pawn even now. Yeah, see how ugly black's position looks now? Rook c5, of course, is computer move. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And then bishop d6. It just looks god-awful. Then queen a6, you know, queen c8 comes, knight g5 comes. So like, black has to pray that he doesn't lose in 4 moves here. Rook b5, with the idea of rook b7, my god. Look at this attack, right? Queen e8, queen a7. And it is white who is actually winning by attack, right? Rook b8. Wow, bishop e7. If he can find bishop e7, he'll be monster, right? King g1, a4. Okay, so the question is, he didn't find bishop e7, my god. Yeah, exactly. See, that's the reason why, you know, so hard to play these positions. Because one wrong move and it's just over. So you guys imagine, right? After bishop e7, Giri could have won second game. And he would be +2 against Magnus. And the match is over. And he would beat Magnus and then, you know, no more jokes, right? Okay, so he plays h5, which is the other move. Why the moves are not updated here? Let's see. I'm pretty sure the commentators saw that bishop e7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Peter saw bishop e7 as well. So what happened after h5? I'm pretty sure Magnus also saw bishop e7. But he is really in a bad position, right? He is still in a terrible position. Look at the evaluation of the chess bomb. Okay, so let's not look at the chess bomb. Look at the evaluation here, right? It's +1.2. The next line is already +2.1. So, yeah, this is the reason why I don't play this line for black. Because one wrong move and is game over. White is winning strategically. Well, we saw that the computer came up with some lines here, right? We saw the computer plays here b3, right? b3, and then 1.5. But you need to play like a computer. Gotta look at what? What do you want to look at? AB3. Yeah. I mean h6 even now, right? h6 just killed this bishop. And then, yeah, this looks pretty badass. Rook b1. And bishop e7. And then play g5 and bishop f6, right? This just looks absolutely... Yeah, this looks like a disaster for black. This looks like a disaster, right? Because there are no tricks like this, because there's always knight g5 and this queen f7 trick, right? This looks like a disaster. Yeah, Magnus is... I don't know what he's doing. There's probably some kind of inside joke there. I'm not sure. So let's go back for a second to this Al-Reza game. What happened here? Anish somehow always plays against Magnus. I'm not sure about that. Engine move, but it's very concrete, right? That is a very concrete move. Oh, that's a link to Sassy. I don't want to look at Sassy. I heard about it. You know, Magnus was using it supposedly, but... Alright, so this is standard position with the IQP, but black has this great bishop on f6. You get a lot of positions like this from Grunfeld with bishop g5, knight e4 line, right? Just so you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna show to you this line. So there's this line in Grunfeld. d5, knight f3, bishop g7, bishop g5, knight e4. I'm not sure if a lot of you are familiar with this, but there is this line, right? And there is white playing something like this. Bishop b2, there's queen d6 or something, b1, a6, a4. And then, or not even a6, right? For example, black plays something and then castles, you have b5, c5, this sort of stuff, right? So this is pretty similar. So, yeah, that was just a small expose, yeah? Let's call it this way. So black is doing fine here. He's just gonna play a5, you know, and if white doesn't react to a5, then he's just gonna exchange, and then it's gonna be another draw. Of course, Firouzja is much better doing on time. So let's go back to Carlsen. We see actually white going for this line. I actually really like h6 line, just killing that bishop completely. You know, I think in the classical game, I think Magnus for sure would play h6 for sure, but Giri, okay, it's difficult. Yeah, because Giri is trying to demonstrate he's the monster of attack, right? So that's why he plays this move. But of course, h6 and bishop e7 idea, I think they both missed this bishop e7 idea at all. I mean, this bishop on e7 is just a monster, right? He takes care of that a3 square. After h6, bishop h8, bishop on e7 takes that f8 square. So there's a lot of mates coming up with knight g5, queen f2, for example, right? And white is just probably very close to winning. Oh, we see h6 here, forcing white to find bishop e7 finally. And white will find this bishop e7 now. He will find this move. He is actually forced to find this move. Wow. So we saw that the computers suggested taking on g6 is the only playable alternative for black, right? Because after h6, it's just doesn't look that good, right? Had to take on g6. And we saw like some computer lines there, remember? Like there is this line with b2, because if knight g6, then you have queen d4, and the whole reason is that after b1 queen, this knight on g6 is in prize, right? So that is a nice computer trick, and then you get this tempo to play rook b8, for example, right? So that is the only way for black to play this. So after h6, white has to pretty much to play bishop e7. If he's afraid of rook f4, probably just g5, right? h5 maybe to continue this line, but after bishop f6, b2, all white has to do is to get to the 8th rank. Once he does that, he is winning. So this move is pretty much winning. So after g5, maybe b2 immediately, and we still have yeah, okay, so it's not so simple. It's a lot of computer lines, yeah, a lot of computer lines. Yeah, it's not so simple. So h6, and Magnus is down to 1 minute. So this is gonna be a really interesting game. So let's go back to this game. Let's actually refresh this. And let's go back to Gear versus Magnus. So I'm gonna stop doing the lines here. I mean, I can do these lines right on a separate board, probably. So let's do the lines on the separate board. Oof. All right, let's just basically click this, right, and then go back and click this and go back to Geary versus Magnus. So we got 2 windows. Actually, we got 3 windows now. No, okay, one Windows Firuza game. Yeah, but I'm not gonna look at his game because this is much more exciting, right? So again, bishop e7. Is there anything other than bishop e7? Sure. Is there bishop c1? Probably too passive, although it is a move, right? We can see it's still playable. Bishop d2 is kind of nice. But bishop on c3, I really don't like this bishop. I mean, it is playable, but this bishop on c3 kind of sucks. Rook b3. Ah, there is no queen b5, I think, right? So this is actually okay for white. Yeah, but bishop d2 is not going to be played. Maybe bishop f6. I think Gears might play something like this. And then that's the way to make a draw, right? That is the way to make a draw. Alright, so this is something like I would expect from Geary. So let's see if I'm wrong. Triple G pawn, nice, yes, exactly. I mean, you don't get to see this every day. So it's kind of mixed right now between Geary trying to play attacking chess and also playing solid chess. It's kind of an interesting mix. I don't know. Bishop f6 is a draw, right? We realize that. Bishop h4 makes no sense because you lose an important tempo, allowing black to play rook f4, and even here after g5 is not completely clear. Still white looks to be better because these triple pawns on the g file, they kind of... Oh, queen f7, right? Queen f7 coming. So like if b2, for example, here, then you have queen c2. Well, I like king h2, but then f93. Then you can just do this, right? Because queen b8 and queen a7, and these triple pawns, they give too many squares and white is winning. Okay, so that's how you win with white. Let's see what really happened. And Geary is thinking he's using his last minutes, seconds. In Vasily Graf versus Firuza, we saw the structure on b5. White is slightly better than this structure, but only if black knight can get to this b6, which is the reason why he plays this. He wants to play knight c8, knight b6, put this knight on b6, protecting the pawn on d5, blocking white's b6 pawn, but no, white will play knight a4 probably at some point. So let's go back to Geary versus Carlsen. This is like critical moment here. So I'm gonna close this line, right? So let's see. No games found. Let's see what the faces are. We see Magnus. Magnus is extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, you see he's like, my god, I'm losing to Geary. He's like, I don't believe it, yeah. And Geary is like, I can feel there is something here. I can smell it, but I cannot see it. Like, what is it? What is it that I'm missing? That's what his look says, basically. So, and his time is ticking. It's tick-tock, right? For some reason it says 5 minutes here. And here it says time is less than a minute. Yeah, I don't know which times are correct. I would say that these times are correct. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I see, I told you, right? He plays bishop f6. The safest move. The safest move. All right. So we see this bishop f6. And now it's equal position, right? Because this is basically forced. And probably 95 immediately, yeah. Probably 95 immediately just to force this knight out. So let's check. Rook g6 is white is still better, right? So black has to be careful. So rook f8. And now probably something like g7, I bet. Ooh, g7 is actually not good. Ooh, not good. Oh, not so clear, yeah? Not easy to make a draw with white here. How about queen e5? This should make an easy draw. Ah, not an easy draw because rook goes to f8 and b8, and then king this just walks and grabs all these triple pawns. Alright, so maybe rook b1. Alright, b2, king h2. And now you're ready for knight e5 and massive exchanges. And this looks like a draw. Alright, so this is how you make a draw. So let's see what happened here. Oh, he played knight e5 immediately. Takes, queen c5, check. Right, there's just no other way to play this. Yeah, Giri kind of rushed. Yeah, he plays knight e5 immediately. So he decided to play safe. He was winning. He was really winning, but he finds the safe move. Yeah, he did find the draw, yeah? He did find the draw. Yeah, Magnus is now very safe. So, yeah, that bishop on f6 was terrible, yeah? Absolutely terrible. Bishop e7 would win him game so many times. It's not funny, to be honest. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, instead of taking on g6, h6, lock that bishop completely and bring that bishop, but you have to see bishop e7. I would bet that Anish didn't see bishop e7, and that's the reason why he played for this line. And king h1. I like king h1 actually, better than king h2. I agree, this is a better move. Because now black takes on e5 without a check, right? So you can actually play rook f1 and go for that stuff here. You can even play this. What is the most accurate move for white here? I am not sure. What about queen d3? Queen d3 looks okay, but after queen c2, black is better, yeah? So queen a6 is the computer line. The idea is to put the queen on b7, right? So queen e5, queen b7, that's how you exchange the pawns. But black is better. He's gonna push here. I don't think such an easy draw here. Okay, it is an easy draw. It is an easy draw. So king h1, rook f8, and now black is doing fine. Black is doing fine. How long will the hair grow? You haven't seen my hair grow way until here, man. I was like a lion, dude. Yeah, and also it's quarantine here in Russia, in case you're not familiar. You know, we are living in a small city, the size of the, like, on the outskirts of St. Petersburg, yes, but the size of the city is like, I don't know, like 1/10 of Manhattan, and we cannot go anywhere from that city. We cannot move outside the boundaries unless you have very strong reason. Okay, Giri finds rook f1. I'm impressed. Yeah, that was actually first line. Third line, computer, third line. Right? I'm impressed with this move. And he just wants to take on f8, play queen b5. So he finds the draw, right? Because rook b8, then just queen f3 basically forces it. Queen e7. And then you attack this pawn. And then queen. Yeah, you cannot do this, right? Yeah, so rook f1. Very, very nice move. Rook f1. Nice move by Giri. Exchange. So what's going on here? Queen f7 is a threat. Probably queen e7. But now queen b5 just makes a draw, yeah? It's check. And black cannot improve position because there is mate coming. So I expect queen b5 and actually make a draw. Yeah, so he makes a draw. He somehow escaped from the clutches of the wind. Do you have to wear a face mask? Yes, you do. But a lot of people here, we went to the groceries today, they were not wearing. But in the shops, they actually force people to wait outside in a line, which is pretty impressive, yeah? It's like there's a certain number of people available to be in the shop, so they kind of control that. They also provide antiseptic for the visitors, you know, to pour on your hands, clean it up, and so I expect this a draw. All right, so this is going to be a draw. What happened here? Oh, we see some action here. All right, so let's go back to the action stuff, which is the Vashia versus Firuzan. So what the hell happened here? So we see that Black decided to go back to c7. He should have taken on a3, right? But we see this pretty safe chess by the young GM. Again, d4 almost guarantees a draw here. And you should play with Black d4 if you get a chance, because, you know, playing with an isolated pawn is a mixed kind of blessing. And now we see rook fc8 and e4. Very provocative play by Maxim. And knight g6, probably not the best reaction. I kind of like computer move a4 here, because it fixes white pawn on a3, which is kind of weak, right? Potentially a huge thing with this bishop looking over, right? And then if you get this pawn, then the a5 pawn becomes a monster. So knight g6 is the tricky move, I guess. I really like, again, computer move a4, just making sure this pawn is now on the light square, away from all the targeting. Instead he takes knight f4. Bishop c4 is probably not that great, to be honest. Again, I like computer move here, rook c8 and bishop d1, because simply you get to play this a4. No, okay, yeah, you got to do something else here. And then a4. a4, bishop b3. White basically plays for the same idea, but after ed5 you don't have this a4 for some reason. Actually you do. Alright, so it still looks pretty good for white. I'll take white here because with the opposite colored bishops, black king is slightly more open. Potentially you have a lot of stuff with bishop b1, queen d3, g3, you know, attacking black along this diagonal. So what happened in the Magnus game? Hello to my wife. Well, I don't know about that. Baiko, I don't know about that, man. It's my Twitch channel, my rules. Okay. Yeah. If you want, you can introduce your wife to the channel. You know, that's fine. You know, we'll be glad to meet your wife. Okay. Yeah. That's my prize, man. Keeping it safe, hidden. Yeah. Okay. So this looks pretty good for white. Yeah. So let's see what happened in Firouzja game. Yeah, he took with the knight, and after a4, black is just worse, because he's got this weakness. He's got really a lot of weaknesses on the king side. I don't like black's position. That's yeah. He took too many risks, and it's just not worth it. Queen f5. So you guys really gonna play this? All right, 40 moves, right? So just make a draw, offer a draw. Ah, you're not married for next 1 year? Okay. So this is a draw. Wait. Black king comes to f5 now, yeah? Wait a second. What is going on here? Where is my computer? What happened to my computer? Where is the computer? What about king f5 now? Ah, you have check, and then it's check, and white should probably just keep checking, because with the queen on b1 it will be really difficult to avoid the checks, right? So just keep on checking, then you grab this pawn. Alright, so that's what you should do. So let's see what happened in the game. Let's see what happened in this game. Geary. Alright, let's... Okay, so queen c4. So Magnus is setting up some nice traps. Not so simple actually for... This is easier to play with black. Easier to blunder something with white. See, after queen e4, white is already stuck with playing some move. Although g4 looks pretty drawish, yeah. But is it? Is it really so drawish? g4. Then queen takes e5. You can't really make a draw. You gotta play back with the queen on d6, right? Oh, queen d6, queen h1 mate. Nice. 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 Nice threat. Yeah, queen a1, but now black is pressing. My god. Magnus gonna press this for all eternity. He's gonna press this advantage. I wouldn't... Queen f5 maybe even, yeah? King f5 and then queen d1. Queen g4 check now has to be considered, but okay. Right, this is gonna be pressing for a long time now. All right, let's go here. Magnus Invitational. We see this game in progress, right? So let's go again to this position, and yeah, looks like black is now pressing. King f5 actually played. I think queen d1. Queen d1 has to be played, right? Queen d1 has to be played. All right, Giri is very lucky he's got queen d1, to be honest. And king back. All right, so queen back to a1. And then we're gonna see probably check, check, and king f5, right? All right, so let's take a look at one of the boards here. If white plays this move, I think check, check, and now you walk up with your king. Because you eliminated that queen d4 queen d1 possibility, and now if queen d4, you can grab this pawn, and white has this g4, but this is gonna be forever. They're gonna play this forever, yeah. So what happened was this g4 check. Oh, he got balls. Why didn't he just grab the pawn on e5 though? Yeah. G4. Why not just grab this pawn? Because you know you cannot capture this. You lose, right? The opposition king walks over. So after queen e5, all right, queen d3 check probably. Yeah. Queen d3 check, and now you grab this pawn. All right. Yeah. Okay. So this is a draw. So that's the reason why they play queen e3 check, king h4. And now what happens? Magnus is thinking. And this does look like a draw because the pawn takes on h5 with the check. And it looks very much like a draw. Yeah, it does. So, it now queen d3 check just draws, yeah? Queen d3 check, the only... did you play in Chess Olympiad in Slovenia in 2002? No. I didn't because I returned to chess only at the end of 2004. So 2005 I skipped, but in 2006 I played the Olympiad in Turin, right? They actually put me on the first board. Second board was Nishuk, I believe. And third board was the young Hikaru Nakamura. Yeah, that was pretty cool Olympiad. I guess. Those were the days. Yeah, living in that Olympic village, huge parties, party time. Yes, and as I'm saying, they're gonna play this forever. So let's go back to this, and black wins. Oh my god, what did I miss? What did I miss? I missed a lot of stuff. I thought that white was winning. Yeah. What the hell happened? My god, this kid is tricky. King h8 and g3. He missed queen d3, right? Wrong time to play g3 move. Wrong time. He picked the wrong time to play g3 because after queen b4, oh, he went for this, like, oh my god, he actually gave away such a bishop. And black is just better now. He missed rook c4 completely. See, it's close to, you know, you just improve your pawn, which is really weak pawn on e6. You give up your strong bishop in the endgame. You allow that pawn to get closer to the center, and black has the perfect, you know, weapon here. White had to play rook d1, bring the king to the center before he plays knight b3. That's for sure, because after this, he is just, yeah, black is just winning. Because remember how I said how this pawn A rolls with this bishop? That's what happened. Yeah, Maxim endgames. He needs to work on his endgames, man. He needs to work on his endgames because he just lost a better position. He had time actually, right? And he lost his position. Oh my god. And he lost with white. So that means he actually is gonna lose probably the match, right? Did he? What was the first round game? Firouzja draw. Firouzja draw. Firouzja now, okay, he wins with black. So one more game with white, and he's playing against the candidate who is actually leading the candidates tournament, right? This is a huge boost for this kid. So queen e3, they're gonna play forever this. I see a nice stalemate with queen f2. Oh my god. Yeah. Most loved and hated GM in my life. Most loved GM? Can't say I loved any GMs. Most respected? Yes. Most respected GMs in my life are the guys from the older generation, of course. And Yasser Seirawan is going among one of those, the ones who are leaving, right? The ones who are, already moved on to the next lives. They're, quite a few of them. Most hated one. I used to really, I don't think I really hated anybody. I really dislike some GMs, but right now I don't care. I stopped caring because Alireza had 0 points. He had 1-1-1, and Alireza won the game now, so he is 1 point up. He has only one more game to go. Yeah, these are modern. No, I don't love myself. I know I got faults, man. Let's be honest there. Nobody's perfect. We learned it. That's the phrase you learn when you come to the United States, right? You gotta learn this phrase. Ooh, queen b2. Nice check. Alright, this looks like a draw. Queen b7, diagonal checks, very famous diagonal checks, which just make a draw. Alright, so this is gonna be a draw. And yeah, Yasser, he is everybody's favorite, so it's impossible to actually, not to like him. He's just a cool dude. He's very respectful, always was, willing to talk. He was also, that's the reason why he was in the Grandmaster Association that was run by Gary. I think Yasser held the sort of some public communications position or something. Korchnoi. I'm not sure about that phrase, Mr. ERW. I like Korchnoi. The guy had a temperament, but he was a fighter, and he lived through all those times when there was Soviet hell. Yeah, you gotta live in those times to understand those people, what they went through. So I won't be so quick to judge anybody. What do you think will replace Magnus Who as the best player in the future? Well, this kid looks pretty good, yeah. This kid, Firouzja, looks pretty good. In the future, I don't know. I don't think anybody will kill him, will dethrone him in another 5 years. 10 years? Yes. 10 years, he'll not last 10 years, that's for sure. So the question is, it's gonna be 4 years or 6 years or 8 years. That is the only question, right? We have every second year the World Championship match. So probably 6 years he can hold, but 8 years probably not. So another 6 years for Magnus. 10 years for Magnus. Why Morozevich disappeared from top GM? He stopped playing professional chess. Because he was already he was ahead of his time in a way. He knew about this cheating problem, but it was also about the classical chess. And that's why he didn't play professional chess, because he truly believed that a lot of people were cheating at the top level. And that was his honest opinion. and I respect his opinion. I mean, I had quite a few discussions with Morzevich on this topic, and the guy obviously has the right to think whatever he thinks he is. Korchnoi was controversial. Moro is playing Go. No, not anymore. He is not playing Go anymore. He was very heavy into Go for a couple of years, but then when I last saw him, which was last year, 2 years ago, or maybe last year. It was 2 years ago, I think. No, it was last year. I actually caught up with him a little bit while we had a coffee. And he said that in Go, they finally reached the same situation that chess is right now. They realized that there are computer programs that play stronger than the top grandmasters there, right? So they have this huge cheating problem there, because most of the tournaments are run online, right? And there is this huge cheating problem there. And the thing is that in Go, the money is less than the prices are less than in chess. In chess, well, when you play chess professionally at a very high level, like at any professions, right, you suffer a lot of blows. You suffer a lot of blows to your psyche, and so this is a draw, right? So we don't have to watch this anymore. Let's go back to the main attraction of the day. Let's go back to the main attraction. We see Carlsen versus Giri, and we see Magnus in a must-win situation, and we see Maxim in a must-win situation. So these two guys, they have to win their games to get to the tie breaks. How did you handle jet lags in your career? When you're young, you can handle them pretty well, right? You're just young, you don't care. I mean, you just basically sleep it off. Which is the main reason why people, when you hear about the World Championship matches, right, organization, usually get people arriving with a delegation like far in advance, like maybe 4 or 5 days. They get 4 or 5 days to stay in a place to acclimatize, right? So you get used to the local climate and stuff. And I think it's more or less standard. There is this provision, the tournaments, if you really fly to some exotic location, they give you like a couple of days for acclimatization. Not sure. No more woman the last 2 days. What? Oh, I don't know. That's not the case for chess. Yeah, in chess it's actually maybe the opposite. There've been quite a few players who have been fantastic womanizers, right? And who found the inspiration from women. I mean, we don't have to go like Capablanca was the greatest example, right? The guy was known for making a move, then walking with his lady friend to his hotel suite, right? And then returning to play the game. So those are like famous examples. No, not me. I don't do that stuff. All right, so let's go back to this game, and we are probably gonna check. All right, let's do both the chess, right? And let's do this. So we see some people here streaming also. Cool. And here we see Maxim game, and here we see Magnus game, right? So we're gonna have 2 games here running. I'll try to keep my eye on both games, but it's not gonna be easy. Nope, never. Chess is not the game. You're mixing chess with the music, my man. In music they have the groupies, right? I mean, a lot of books, written stories, the road trips, right? The bands, the music bands. Chess is not that. Chess is not that. Unless you're a world champion, your name is Magnus, then you have completely different situation. So we see Slav defense by Maxim, which is a very surprising choice. He is black. He needs a win to equalize the match, and he is playing this line. Ooh, bishop h5, very interesting. Knight h5, I mean. That's interesting, actually, very interesting line. Yeah, I recall looking at this line some time ago. Pretty badass, yeah. Black just wants to get rid of this bishop on f4, and then he wants to play, I don't know, e6, bishop d6, sort of that, go for that structure, and then there is a plan to go for e5. So that's interesting. Let's go to this board. Nothing here yet. Wesley saw Ivanchuk in the World Cup must need win as black. Oh, g6. Oh, so we're getting a Grunfeld mixed with a Slav. This is interesting choice. Interesting choice. Duki's Bad Fischer was later around 2 sometimes. Okay. Yeah, so black wins the opening duel because white plays e3 and keeps his bishop on d2, which is lesser than optimal square, right? So after knight f6, yeah, but still slightly better for white because black bishop on g7 is not really doing that much in this structure, right? The only way for black to improve this bishop is either to go rook e8 and bishop f8 or go for e5. In either case, the likelihood of this game ending up being a draw is huge. But of course, we saw that in the previous game, right, Maxim completely self-destructed in a basically pretty much quiet game, right? And I think Firuza just sort of, he found how to play against Maxim. He found the right strategy, so we're gonna see how this proceeds. Bishop f5, knight goes to e4, pretty standard, and queen b3 is very likely to be played. Also, knight e5 looks like a very decent move. And have these guys started yet? No, they haven't started yet. So, you have played a simul against a former 6th place world ELO ranking. Can you guess who? I don't know. Who? Who was it? Tell us. Since you make such an intriguing information. I don't know. But now you give us a key piece of information. 20 years ago. My God. Second of Kasparov. I don't know his seconds that well. Oh, Mikhail Gurevich. Okay, this guy I know, but I don't really know him that well. He's a cool dude though. He's a very cool dude. My dad kind of like him. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. If you know this guy, get some lessons from him. That's cool. Yeah, he was one of the best players. I didn't know he was top 6 though. I was pretty sure he was the top 10 at some point, but top 6 I didn't know. Ooh, Anish Giri, 1 point up, going for Sicilian Najdorf against Magnus. So he's saying, bring it. I'm not gonna go for the drawing type of openings, yeah? So he allows Magnus to go for some sharp stuff to equalize the score. That's actually a pretty generous strategy by Anish Giri. Anish Giri actually breaking a lot of stereotypes. His stereotypes with this tournament. A lot of great things coming up from him. So we are respecting that, Anish. We noticed that. We notice your willingness to fight and play complicated positions, sacrifice stuff, and going for the attack. We noticed. And we admire that. Change is always painful and difficult, especially in chess at the very top level. It's like, guys, you remember Tiger Woods, right? I mean, even I heard about the guy. I don't watch golf, but I heard about the guy. And he was winning all the tournaments, right? And then something happened, he didn't win some tournament, and he decided to change his whole style of probably hitting the ball or something, whatever. And that was very painful, right? And after that, he was like very rocky. He was winning and not winning tournaments, and yeah. So sometimes making a change is very painful. It doesn't guarantee you the result, right? In fact, it might be worse. So be very careful. So White is playing actually very carefully here. See how he developed all his pieces. Even though the rook on d1 is not that great, but he played it in the, so that he can play bishop on e1, and so that bishop doesn't close off the rook on f1, right? So he keeps his pieces connected here. Yeah, the game 3 was a draw, even though Kiri was completely winning. Okay, I cannot say completely winning. He was winning, but it was highly computer stuff, and he missed the bishop e7 trick, right? So let's see. Here we have the English attack, but we see Magnus playing the incredible a3 move here, which is considered to be not that great because of some potential queen c7, knight d7, rook b8, b4, this stuff, right? That is how Gelfand, I believe, played it. He delayed the development of the bishop to b7 so that the bishop doesn't block off black rook on b8 and going for that b4 break. So I don't know how White is gonna handle this. I mean, the great Boris Gelfand, the greatest expert on the Sicilian Najdorf in modern times, he played something like that. You're also playing Hippo g6 b6 against Top GM only in Blitz. That is correct. I only played in Blitz. Unsupported, those were more instrumental in his case. I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but no, you guys are cool. So black problem is bishop on g7, and even if he gets this knight to e4, white just plays bishop e1. Center is closed. White king is not under any attack. So white is just, sort of poking for some weaknesses. The idea is to provoke a6, so white can later play knight c3, and then return this knight to c3, then move to a4, and then to c5, right? So it was basically called, poking your opponent for some weaknesses. Something that the great Rubinstein was really good at. So knight e4, we are expecting bishop to go to e1 now, because white needs this bishop. In case later this bishop can go to b4, right, create some pressure along the diagonal. So we are looking probably at a6 now. Or maybe bishop g4. Yeah, because this queen on e6 is not really that great, yeah. If black could put his queen back to d7, like this, and then just play e6 and bring that bishop to f8, right, to this diagonal again, then he would be okay. But I don't think that happens. So what happened this game? So queen c7. Oh, so he played bishop b7. So let's go back to this game. King b1, knight d7, h4, and queen c7. And I think black is worse now, right? Because still not so easy. Black is gonna play rook e8 and d5, that's for sure. So we're looking some g4 here, because if you play h5 immediately, although this is also possible, sometimes white plays this and just bishop returns to c1, and then you sort of really want black to play h6 because that pawn will be under attack later. But right now black has d5, yeah, so maybe that's not so clear, because if once black gets d5 in, he might be okay. Bishop takes, right? Bishop takes is better. Again, because of b4, and so h4 is no go. Bishop d3, maybe. The idea is now you can play knight c2 with the bishop, defending everything here. But well, you don't really want to play h6 here because you don't actually threaten to take on g5, right? because you opened the H file and that's mate coming up. So okay, so let's see what happened here. We see that 94. No queen d7, right? Rook c8 has been played. Right, rook c8. And white just returns this knight. Knight c3. Because white only needs a draw. And the next move he's going to take this knight on e4. And this knight is going to head to d2, b3, and then c5. This is what's going to happen. Wow. Magnus is trolling. He's playing rook h3. Oh my god, what is this move? He's definitely trolling. I mean, I've never seen this move. I have seen a lot of Sicilians in my life. A lot of games. This is the first time I see something like this. Alright, I recall some games in the 80s when some of the top GMs played rook h3. And the idea is that... so what happened here? Let's go back. Not g4. So what did he play again? h4, queen c7, rook h3, right? So rook h3 has been played. Rook e8, right? So the idea is that white wants to control the third rank. So maybe he really wants to play f4. But I really don't think that's a good idea. I mean, bishop f8, black is ready for this e5 break. And then you really probably have to grab this, otherwise knight e4 is also a threat, right? There's this thing on c2 sometime. I mean, I was talking about knight b3, you know, avoiding the c5, but then you have knight e4, of course, and queen c2. So that's why the computer plays rook e3 now, and then e5, knight f5, and even d5 looks good, yeah. Yeah, black is doing just fine. Yeah, I agree. Magnus is, he is, I don't know what he is doing. He's not taking this match seriously enough. I don't know. It's just really is a huge surprise to me, to be honest, the way he plays today. That's what bullet does to you. That advantage can be decisive. That is correct. Fonza, you're correct. Yeah, he's got the ideal. Black missed 94 win on the 12th move. Really? Wait, what? What move? 12th move? Oh, you mean this one? Where? Which move is this? Okay, 21. Oh, you mean 94 here? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is such thing as 94. Yeah, because 93 check, right? So 94, bishop g5, 96, but it's not really win. But black gets this dark squared bishop, of course, which is huge. Yeah, you're correct. All right, so what happened after rook h3, rook e8? What happened here? h5 happened, and black finally plays knight e4, yeah. Whoa, Magnus is definitely not in his best form. Okay, so my guess is something is going on at his personal point. So something is going on with his personal life. Because that can really affect your chess game. So take on e7, take on c2. If king moves, then take. So you gotta take this, and then of course, and look at this poor rook on h3 is doing absolutely nothing, right? Odds on Giri, odds were huge before the match, really. Oh my god. No, but I don't think he's gonna make any money doing that. Yeah. But somebody absolutely made a lot of money, yeah, from the betting on that match. Wow. Alright, so let's check it out. So knight e4, bishop e7, knight c3, take on e7, and knight f5, right? So rook e7, knight f5. We're looking at another exchange sacrificed by Giri. Oh, so maybe that was sort of a trap, yeah? By Magnus. Sort of a trap. Well, you still have to take this. Then knight f5. And if rook e8, then knight d6. And it's okay, but black does this. Black does this famous thing, right? Knight e7, queen e7, h6, g6, f4. Ooh, I like f5 now. No more attack for white. This bishop on f1 is done for, right? It's dead bishop basically. In black can just play bishop e4. For example, let's just give an example, right? All right, let's make rook e3 example. I guess bishop e4, and then t5, right? Look at this. Look at this checkers position. Look at this bishop on a4. Double pawns here, yeah. Weak pawn on h6, weak pawn on a3. Rook is useless. It has no lines, no targets. Yeah, wow. So what happened in the game? Knight f5, pretty good. And here we have all right, let's go to the game. Knight b3, b6. Looks pretty good for white, yeah. Again, bishop on g7 is kind of dumb. And you cannot really play e5 because all white pieces are just gonna kill you in the center. So Maxim is set to lose another game if he continues to play like this. I mean, you're just worse. Maybe Firouzja is a nice guy, make a draw, but white definitely looks just much better here. So let's go back to Magnus' game. Okay, I'm missing some moves here, so let's grab some moves. So what happened here? Oh, Giri just took this. Oh my god. Oh, come on, Giri. Come on, Giri. My god. Oh my god, Giri just, he just opened the file. These pawns are weak. Yeah, black is no better anymore. Yeah, what kind of move you play by? He was probably afraid of this knight g7, maybe, yeah. Well, I have to play knight c5 now. And then knight a4, yeah. So we have to calculate this line. This looks like a draw, but how? Ah, this draw, yeah. Queen g1 check. With king e2. No, you cannot play king e2, of course. So that's how you make a draw. So this guy found the draw, okay. He has a talent for this thing. I gotta admit it. Knight b6, a4 is the same thing, basically, I think, right? Ah, there's no bishop f5 because of knight c4, right? Alright, but then you have to give up this thing, and then it's still a draw. Ah, but it's not an easy draw anymore, yeah? This is not the easiest draw. So this is why I like knight c5 more, because it's easy draw. because you don't give up that bishop, right? Yeah, I mean, the way he finds draw lines is amazing. It's like a gift, man. I have no idea how he does that. So basically, white just took the pawn on a7. That was a computer line, right? Queen a7. And take on c6. I guess take on e7. No. What is this line? What is this line with rook c1? Can you take this? Oh, but white king runs, yeah? He runs. Then b3. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa, this is impressive. So queen e7. So what happened? Hold on a second. Let me guys figure out what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna watch this knight a4 draw. This is what's gonna happen. Hi guys. Well, because he played bullet yesterday. Guys, this is why you don't play bullets when you're playing in an important tournament. Right? Don't play bullets. I mean, this kid, Ali Reza, did he play the bullet tournament? I really doubt it. Because smart people, his coaches, would have told him, do not take part in this tournament. Do not play bullet tournaments. You have chance to win a lot more money, you know, by playing this Magnus tournament. And you can win a lot of money. Magnus, he doesn't care about money. So he can play whatever he wants, right? And he's a world champion, undisputed. So he doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. But Maxim playing bullet is like, I don't know. Knight b3. Ooh, knight b3. I like this move. King a2 is the only move, right? Whoa, knight b3. Great move. I like this move. And do you have bishop d5 here? Oh, you have bishop d5. Wow. And if rook c and knight c1. Okay, this is still a draw, yeah? But okay, wait. What is this? Knight d2, then queen d6. Okay, this is still a draw, but okay, I like this bishop d5. It's very tricky stuff, right? Because this is mate. Right? I like this bishop d5. The idea is that you cannot take this because of mate, right? So you gotta take on d6, and this already looks like pretty cool, right? A lot of checks, but also mate, yeah, there's somewhere. So king a2, of course, Magnus finds this. So let's quickly go for this position. Yeah. So let's check their faces. Let's check that poker faces. All right. So we see Magnus calculating stuff. That's for sure. Magnus calculating stuff. All right. And see, Grishuk is doing commentary, some commentary. Knight c1 check. And basically, king b1, knight b3 is a draw, right? So this is going to be a draw. I mean, rook takes c1 is also a draw. But it's a harder draw. King b1 is just safer draw. Loses this, he'll be back playing bullet today. Yeah. I mean, see, Magnus is not doing really that well because he played bullet yesterday as well. And Maxim as well, right? By the way, what happened in the Maxim game? Let's go back. Ooh, so the kid grabbed both pawns. And Maxim just gonna play this. And then after h3, exactly how black is going to win or get the compensation. Because if you play h3 here, right? Oh, just rook c1, not even bothering about h3. I don't know. I would have played h3 here, you know, just in case. Because after this move, black plays h3. A lot of holes here on the... Yeah, after h3, now black has compensation. The kid just gave Maxim a lot of stuff. If he played h3, you know, black would be seriously, you know, pressed. Rook c1, H3, of course you play H3 here. You don't have to think about such a move. So we see here a draw, right? Repetition. And Geary wins the match. Congratulations. Draw game. Draw game, congratulations. I think Geary wins, right? He does win this. Because Geary beat Magnus with black and 3 draws. Good job, man. See? Geary went up. Yeah, he stood up, right? You guys see it? He stood up and he's going like, oh, I beat you, dude. I beat you. I won the match. Yeah. All right. So that was celebration dance by Geary. Whoa. Whoa. Historical win by Geary. What a day. What a day. H3, and now we have some fight here because white has 2 pawns, extra pawns, but black has a strong bishop potentially, and I don't know, man. Bishop c3 important. Now white wants to play d5 at some point maybe, or just bring the knight to d2, right? If so, but yeah, no, but I don't like the way he played this the last 2 moves. Yeah, because black is gonna take on g2, put this bishop on d6, start hitting this pawn on h2, right? Bishop goes, this bishop, it goes to e6, d5, centralized bishop. The queen will be transferred somewhere to g4, and you know, pair of bishops and kind of weak king here on g1. I don't know. I just don't like this. So we gotta check this line though. If can you play d5 here? No, you cannot play this. Yeah, you can't play this. All right. I mean, you can, but yeah, bishop g3, right? So okay, so take. If you take queen e6, of course. Ah, you run with your king. You run like Forrest Gump, right? You run with your king, and you keep on running. No, but black is better now, right? There is no way. You save this pawn, and this pawn. It's gonna all fall. So, so what's going on? Knight d2 has been played. He found this good move. He decided draws his best chance. Yes. Okay, knight d2. I like this move. Yeah, for a moment, this pawn actually protects white king from all the danger. And knight takes care of this f1 square in case if black plays bishop h3. Then you obviously don't play this move because obviously queen d3 is just bad, right? There's mate. But you have this queen c4 and white is still extra pawn up, remember? And then he's gonna play, yeah, then this black queen doesn't get to f1 square anymore. So I like this bishop e6 move. You know, taking care of the c4 square. Ah, but then you have d5, right? That was the trick behind Firuza's plan. This was the tricky play by Firuza. He is actually better here. Yeah, he is, because knight and queen, and this whole on f6 with the knight on e4 coming really fast. f5, and white just has extra pawn, and he probably is in the driver's seat. Wow. Impressive play. Oh, he didn't play d5. Oh, he didn't play d5. My god. MFL still hope. No, but Firuza could have played d5 and he would be just winning. Instead, he plays a4. And now this bishop is dead. And black is going to play queen e6. Followed by bishop e7, bishop d6. And attacking this pawn on h2. So, yeah. No rooks present. Black has no knights, only bishops. It's very likely that white will survive this. Lasker XXX just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you for your subscribing, dude. And also thank you for that Lasker nickname. Lasker was my original childhood hero. So bishop h4, queen b5 must be played, queen e6 has to be played. Queen e6 has to be played, h3 has to be played, or queen e2, whichever one. Whichever one comes first, right? Yeah, but black, this bishop, You see, guys, he's taking control of the promotion square. He's also completely closes off this bishop, blocking this pawn, and he sort of circumcises this knight on d2, right? So I like black position, to be honest. I think it's easier to play with black this position. But, you know, because of the limited material, it's not so easy to play this. How to play this with black, how to proceed the mating attack. Again, my suggestion would be to play bishop e7 and bishop d6 at some point. You know, just to make sure this bishop doesn't get to b4. And with that bishop on d6, there will be some mating ideas. So for example, like you can play bishop e7 right now, yeah? I like this move. It's not the computer's first choice, but I like this move. Didn't Lasky hold the title? He did, but the times were different. Alright, why do you use piece notation on Lee chess? Do you prefer that over king, queen, rook, or you just stick to the defaults? Oh, this is default notation? I have no idea. Really, I never cared about the notation. Times were different. You could choose your own challengers, and he actually didn't play Rubinstein. He didn't play Nimzo. He didn't play a lot of guys. He definitely didn't play Alekhine, right? So yeah. So this is why FIDE was actually formed, to make objective world championship cycle where the world champion will have to fight the challenger that qualifies through all the matches, all the tournaments, and that was one of the reasons. F5. You know, on one hand, this is not a bad move, right? There is this threat of f4, f3 push. So, but on the other hand, this is going all in, right? So, I don't know. So king g1 looks normal, and then the computer agrees. Bishop e7. But because if you play g5, then queen h5 just rolls in there. So, I don't know. If f4, the idea of h3 is to meet f4 by playing queen g4. Because white has extra pawn, he's fine with the queen trade, right? So black cannot trade pieces, he has to play something, and I believe that will be bishop e7. I believe white is planning on playing b3 followed by knight c4. That is white plan. And let's see those faces. Let's see the time. There are no faces and there is no time. There is no here. Oh. Yeah, why these guys are discussing the previous rounds when they... Oh, they're talking to Geary about his match performance? Alright, fine. Alright. So king h7, black is trying to play king h6, followed by g5. But there is no threat, to be honest. I kind of like this bishop e7, bishop d6 idea still. I think it's the best, because bishop on h4 is not doing anything. Maybe black wants to play bishop g5 with the idea of f4, but doesn't look right. So for now, Maxim is basically like playing some common sense moves, right? Of course, white plays bishop b4, which is the reason why I wanted to play bishop e7 first, to prevent that bishop from being activated, right? And if this bishop gets to this diagonal somehow, it's just a bad game. The ego cracking, and the grinning. Well, I don't know. You know, actually now Geary is a lot better than he was before, when he was younger. He had absolutely no respect to the other older GMs. He was cracking up some really bad jokes. There were a couple of moments where people wanted to kill him, actually almost got into the physical altercation with some other GMs. And but you know, now he is a father, he knows it's not so simple, right? So that actually, you know, I think being a father actually had a huge effect on Geary. Well, okay, let's not name names. Chabawa, maybe. I was not very impressed with his jokes either when I was playing the same tournament with him. And G5 is actually really, Maxim is really going for it. I'm not sure what he's gonna do. He's gonna play f4, he's gonna play g4, because this bishop on h4 is just it's just like a turret which is staring at one-way street. So it is well known that Jabava got mad at Giri. All right, so I didn't know it until I read about it. Okay, I was pretty mad at Giri also, but all right, that was a long time. Oh my God, what is going on? Why did he play this move? He just allowed black to play f4, yeah? He just allows black to play f4, just like that. On the other hand, what he could have done is not so obvious. Yeah, but now black has the option of playing queen c6, try to get some queen there. Yeah, this is actually not so easy to play for both sides. Maybe slightly easier for black to play because, again, you know, active pieces, better structure, right? If this queen gets to the first rank, then what? Now, if this queen was on this square, right? If this queen can get to c2, for example, that might be interesting, actually. But then you have a lot of checks, right? Because black king is wide open. So that's going to be a draw still. So, yeah, but the point of the joke, you know, it can be a friendly joke or it can be a sarcastic joke, right? It depends on the effect you're trying to achieve, right? Or it could be not a joke, really. I mean, it could be something that you're, what is it called in English? You basically sort of make fun of somebody, trying to provoke some reaction from that person, right? So Giri and Reza making a comeback. Where can I read those jokes? I don't know. Where can you read about those jokes? And what is this move? Now queen f5 is really strange. What is going on here? Bishop c3 is a very normal move here. Let's go to the second boards. Let's go to the second boards and here, right? Instead of queen f5, I'm just curious about this queen d3, but then probably just knight f1 because no, you cannot play this because of bishop c4 black wins, right? So now what is this? Now you just have queen c8, and if you take, check. This trick with the queen e4. So that's how you make a draw, right? And then there's this check and the bishop e6, and you have queen h7. So that's how you make a draw with white. Instead, what we see here is queen f5, and now black is gonna go queen h7, of course. Or actually, king h5. King h5 is also a thing, right? So, so what happened here? Yeah, I was worried about this move more because here you just, oh, you have even bishop f2 that wins, right? Okay. And if you have check, no more checks. Bishop f7. White has probably, but after queen d5, yeah, this is not a good position for white. Yeah, but he plays king h7, right? So he plays king h7, and then check again, check on e5, take. Whoa, Maxim got his chance, right? He's got his chance finally. Agent provocateur. Yeah, Maxim got his chance. He's got his chance. He's got his wish. Alireza is very long time. Alireza is very long time. Let's see what is going on. Oh my God, you guys still going over? Oh, okay. So they're analyzing the game, but there is no video. There is no video because you really need to see grandmaster faces when they do this stuff. So he's thinking. I'm thinking. He's thinking that what about taking here? But this looks like a draw because king f7, queen d5 check. And this looks like a dead draw to me, right? Because there is no... So there is no... You can't really think about this position. You got to take on f4, right? There is no thinking here. No thinking involved. You got to take this pawn, man. You simply have to take this pawn and you have to play... Maybe he's afraid of queen e8 check. I don't know. But then you have queen f5, right? Just winning for black completely. So... So what happened here in the game? So they're thinking, so he has to take, queen has to take, and bishop goes somewhere. I like this move. Bishop f6, and knight f1. Yeah, but black has really good chances, right? Either result just basically self-destructed here. Yeah. All right, so what happened? Maxim is taking his sweet time. So Geary is talking. We have no video of the guys. We have no video. We have no video. We have no clue what's going on. But black has his chance. Whoa. But what is there to think about? You have to take on f4. I don't understand this. Why are they thinking? Is black clock maybe wrong? Let me check this position. I have no idea. Yeah, black has only one move. If you have the only move, I understand you want to calculate lines, but if you have only one move, just make it and calculate later, right? What's the point of wasting time? Yeah, just take on f4 and think later. Think on your opponent time. Oh, he plays bishop f6 immediately, check, and knight e4 is still not working. Queen d7 check probably. Queen d7 check. And then black plays king f8 maybe, yeah? King f8, queen d6, king g7. Queen d6, bishop e7 maybe. This looks wrong. So this is the reason why I wanted black to play bishop g5 first instead of this, because now you have this check on g4. And obviously he didn't see this, but probably the same thing. So check on d7. And it's 1.5. According to the computer, this is basically a draw. Yeah, so that's why you need to play bishop g5 first. And oh, knight f1 has been played. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't see queen f5. Okay, king e7. Maybe this is why, but still pretty strange. All right, knight f1, bishop f7, correct, and knight g3. Right. So queen and knight versus queen and pair of bishops. White has 3 pawns, which should not be enough. And e3. Ooh. e3. I don't like e3. I really don't like e3. You can just grab this pawn. Knight f1 and queen f5, yeah? What is Maxim doing? He could have protected this pawn. Queen c8 check also works, right? Queen d5 was pretty natural. Then here, this looks natural to me. I don't know what's going on. Then king just walks, and black is winning completely. Yeah, I have no idea what he is doing. e3, check, king g7. Wow. All right, so others are also not making the best moves. Oh, we're gonna see the very rare queen f5 check. We're gonna see the very rare endgame with a knight versus 2 bishops. Oh my god. Are you serious? Queen f5 check. Let's go, guys. I want to see this endgame. I want to see this endgame. Use subscribing thing. Oh, come on, man. You should play queen f5 check. That was just... okay, I understand it's not the best move. But queen f5 check was just so cool. Right? The knight versus 2 bishops endgame. Classic. So rare at the top level. So rare. It is classic. I wanted to see that endgame, man. My god. Um, well, he's a Georgian. Chababa is Georgian. Guys, you should take it easy on him. It's like Georgians are famous for, have quick temper. Table bases say 2 bishops versus knight wins over 50 moves. Recheck those table bases because what I heard is the minimum amount of moves you can win is 100 and something moves. Two bishops do win against knight, but not in 50 moves. It takes like 100 moves, 70. Okay, maybe it's definitely more than 75. Definitely more than that. And besides, no person can play perfect table bases, right? We see some GMs having trouble with converting bishop and knight endgame, right? Unbelievable. 75 plus, right? But we don't respect them for having a temper. Well, nobody asking you to sort of see the way I look at the chess players is that they are chess players. What they do best is play chess, is not their conversational skills, for example. Okay, I mean Fischer, the Bobby, right? He was absolutely crazy at his late years, and the way he was talking stuff, right, that's absolute nonsense, right? But he's still highly respected as a chess player, right? We forgive a lot of stars, like again, we all care about the chess play they do, right? As long as they don't kill anybody or hurt anybody, who cares? In my opinion, it's a tough world. If you can't take a tough word or curse, then you shouldn't be born. You shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be born this century, right? This is just the natural order of life. For those people who have been a lot of street education, right? When they have low-income families, they live in those streets. They have to survive. They have to fight for their stuff. A curse is nothing. A curse word is nothing. It's like hello, right? So, I mean, Queen f5. I really missed this move. But this is a draw. This is a draw, and they should agree on a draw because. So what happened here? I missed something here. We have some moves. Black is winning. Queen e4, a really bad idea. Queen on f4 was perfect. Don't touch this queen. Take the pawn on b2, play slow chess, bishop g7, then maneuver your bishops around, because this king is just perfectly placed here. And yeah, that was a really strange play, and he just missed knight f5, right? He completely blundered this knight f5. Maxim had his chance here. He had his chance here, but because of yesterday's bullet tournament, he doesn't play as deep chess as he usually does, right? So this bullet tournament actually hurt these guys a lot. I can tell you, this bullet tournament actually played an absolutely bad role for these guys. Bad effect, huge bad effect. Yeah, this just this draw, right? You can guys agree in a draw. Nobody plays this position. Come on, nobody plays this position. There is no way you can win this. Why waste time? Yeah, he blew his chances. I mean, in this position, right, even if the pawns were down, right, but he had this beautiful queen on f4. Look at this coordination. Queen controls so many squares with the bishops. He can just grab this pawn on b2 for nothing. He can grab this pawn and then play forever, because the bishops are... But the queen on f4 is perfect. You need the bishop on this diagonal. You need the second bishop, and to do that, you need this bishop on g7, protecting your king. Then the second bishop goes to g6, e4, and that's how you poke around, right? You create mating threats. You don't. But after king g3, this king and this knight together, this stuff, right? They take so many squares like this all around. So I don't know what's going on here. b6, king f6, queen c6 check, and b7, right? Just draw. My God. Yeah, I don't think Firouzja played it. I think he was very smart. He actually didn't play it. I think that was actually a very smart decision, because 2 hours of bullet is absolutely horrible for your classical chess or rapid chess. You train yourself for pre-moving. Look at their faces. Oh my god, he blundered. He blundered. What did he blunder? What did he blunder? Queen d8 check. Oh my god. Okay, so he's lucky he didn't blunder that bad, right? But what was this? Why not Queen c6 check, right? Queen c6 check. Oh my god. Queen c6 check. Queen c6 check. King g5. Queen c1. Anything draws. Oh my god. These guys are killing me. He's very lucky that the black has no win here after bishop d5 because king f1. Yeah, there is no win here because there is no mate. Bishop and queen, they don't give mate, unlike knight and queen. There is no forced checkmate. Okay. There are some studies. Actually, there are studies where king, queen, and bishop. There are some positions where they can win against lone queen and king. They are, but those are very hard. I actually recommend you guys to find those studies. Queen and bishop king versus king and queen, and study those. Okay, then you will know what type of positions to go for when you end up in a game like this. So what happens? All right, so we are in the main line here. So black insists on playing this position. He insists. Because he has increments, right? He can play this forever. Black is not risking anything by keeping playing this position. All right. Okay. A model London game, was it against Vokarev? I didn't catch it. It was against Goganov. It was not a model game, but it was the game that was featured in a lot of chess news websites at the time, because it was very beautiful. I made the short castle on the 30th move, and he resigned. If you ran into a fan during a walk in the park, what would motivate you to sit down and play a rapid game? Well, it's definitely not a question of money, right? It depends whether I have time, if I'm not rushing anywhere, right? If there's coronavirus, forget it, dude. If you're approaching me, I'm running away from you. Like, don't approach me. Right now, don't approach me. Just keep your distance. If it is not coronavirus time, and I'm not rushing anywhere, there is no tournament in progress, or I'm not very tired, yeah, I can, for sure, just say that you would like to play a game. And I will probably not play rapid game, but I will play blitz game for sure. Nah, I have a beautiful wife, guys. Come on, I don't need women. I have a wife for that. All right. So, and I don't drink, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a very boring person. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do this whole clubbing stuff anymore. Yeah. That means I got old, yeah. All right, so yeah, but white started to give checks, right? If white started to give checks, it's just draw. This is draw. Black cannot escape checks. There is no way. No way black can escape checks. This is draw. How old are you? I am 45. I will be 46 in June. I feel like I lived several lifetimes, man, because when I was born, it was still Soviet Union, yeah? Then I moved to the US when it was the Gorbachev era. Just when I moved to the US in 1989, it was just perestroika was just starting, and then the Berlin Wall happened, right? No more Soviet Union. And then I was during Bush times, right? Right before the Iraq War, right? And then, of course, we had this 9/11 happen, right? And a lot of huge things happening in the world. The dot-com burst, right, in the 90s, way before the 11. Remember the dot-com? When they were like pretty huge bubble, right? The techno bubble with the internet, everybody doing a lot of things. When it burst, the Clinton era, right? And then we had the Bush era, and then we had the finally we have the Trump era. And unfortunately, as much as he saying a lot of stuff, you know, nothing he said kind of impressed me. Nothing he did impressed me. Not really, no. Well, maybe there were a couple of things I approved, but I have no idea what to say about his southern border. Remember the Mexico border thing, right? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm married to a beautiful Russian girl, and I moved to Russia, so I live in Russia now. Alireza beat the French player, and he lives in France. So it's a draw, yeah? Okay, so it is a draw, and we have no Armageddon games today. I mean, still great stuff. Yeah, Magnus playing way below his usual self. Magnus playing just I can't say horrible or even bad chess. Okay, I'll call it bad chess. He played bad. He just played bad today. You know, I'll say it. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna say he played really bad chess today. He just messed a lot of stuff. He played some incomprehensible moves. You know, yeah. So, but Maxim, he missed his chance, right? He was just too rushing, too playing too fast. He needed to think, to stop a little bit. After bullets yesterday, it was very hard, but you had to. He was missing a lot of movements. He's playing some, you know, bullet moves. You know, going for that cheapo for 1-2 move tactics, and of course, Alireza, he sees all that. You know, he is not dumb. So you have a chess student. She is from Russia, but living in Ecuador. Wow. Okay. Who won the bullet tournament? Magnus won. Second was, guess who? Maxim. And they both lost the matches today. You see the correlation, right? You win somewhere, you lose somewhere. I think they would have preferred to win this tournament rather than win the bullet instead. But that's what happens. You go for the bullet and you lose in the classical, in the rapid portion. So, guys, let's see who we're going to raid. And then I'm going to take a break. Let's see who is online. We see Jan. Who else?
Pressuring in the midfield.
All right, let's see. Let's raid his channel. So we're gonna type raid large chassis. Oh my god, no! But we're not gonna raid him when he's playing the game. My god. You guys want to see some Russian channel? You want to see some Russian channel? We can go to Crashbook channel. Shipov, but he's doing in Russian.
Размеров. Тогда гегемония закончится.
Yeah, he's a very famous commentator.
Те люди, которые идут с ним рядом, Корякин, непомнящий, ваш Елаграф.
This is a chess.com dude. Alright. Okay, let's just raid Young, just for fun. Yeah, let's raid Young.
18, да, мог бы его и выбить, если чуть больше повезло.
And then you can always leave, okay? So, я изучаю русский язык. Очень хорошо. Did I type his name right?
Еще одна Мэксна.
Q.
Ой, ну давайте возьмем ее, что нет-то.
Let's shame him into not playing chess. While all these grandmasters are playing chess. We see the candidate for the World Chess Championship title playing a card game. I mean, shouldn't be like studying chess like really hard, analyzing his opponent games, right? Alright, somebody let me know how many seconds we have before we rate him. So we're gonna shame him a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Okay. Where is the timer for the raid? Where is the timer? Timer.
Я вот сейчас нестабильно забаню. Коэффициент на победу Гири в матче был 13, а вот на этого, на Феруджу, мне кажется, тоже был очень высокий.
Oh, he's actually discussing the...
Ну, где-то под 100, может быть. Ну, семерка точно была на Феруджу, что он выиграет. Вообще, конечно, забавно, да? Недооценивать, насколько людей уважают.
Did we rate him? No.
Дайте мне лучше колец еще одного.
Is it coming?
Или предвестников объедините.
8-13,
нормально. Ну да, ну 100 в сумме, да?
Wait, why is it not working?
А, кстати, раньше на шахматы были лимиты, но очень смешные. Типа на шахматы раньше можно было ставить, может быть, там 1000 рублей, 5000 рублей. То есть какие-то для людей,
Alright,
которые
there we
там по
go.
многу ставят, это было вообще неинтересно.
Boom!
Гата Камский. Ничего себе, спасибо большое за рейд.
Да, привет, Ян. Так. Да. Ага. Shouldn't you be studying for the candidates? Да. Alright.
Убейте жонглера.
Alright. Alright, guys, so shaming doesn't work, unfortunately.
Мусор пришел ему.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, guys, so see you. Thank you for joining my channel, and I'll leave you in
I
the
have
cable.
no idea, Gata, what about candidates? I mean, which are the dates and so on. So that's why I'm not so,
Yeah.
let's say, worried about it.
Okay.
Мне
Все,
казалось,
ребята,
ну,
давайте, спасибо.
Большой
Ян,
Гарбуса.
спасибо, давай.